Welcome back to Here's Next Door. Thank you all for joining us. Today we're doing another Station Cribs. We are way up in the UP of Michigan and we're going to be doing Hubbell Fire Company. So let's go take a look. Hey John, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely.
You and I have been talking for a while on text messaging and Instagram and all kinds of other stuff.
Yep.
I've been very excited to come up here. It's been almost a 2-year conversation to finally get up here.
Definitely. It's been a while.
Yeah, as I come across here, you are almost pretty much the highest level of, the lower 49.
Yeah, we call this God's country up here.
It's very beautiful country. We're close to what lake here?
We are, over your shoulder is Torch Lake, but we are roughly 10 miles away from the shores of Lake Superior.
Okay, awesome. So you have a very cool firehouse here. You got a lot of apparatus. Can you kind of show us around and what you got?
Oh, definitely, sure can.
All right, I'll follow you.
Alrighty.
All right, so this is access through your engine bay.
Yep.
And this is your crew room / meeting room and where all the business is taken care of, right?
Yep, this is we'll come and hang out on the occasion, have our monthly meetings, and talk our normal fire department business.
Okay.
And talk about previous calls.
So tell me a little bit more about your company. When did it start? How many volunteers do you have? Is it volunteer versus paid?
Right now,
our viewers are really like, no.
Right now, our department is 100% volunteer.
Okay.
Non-paid, nobody lives here. We have our township administration office.
So the building is kind of split then. The firehouse is on kind of one corner, the township building is on another, but it's connected.
Yeah, it's a connected building. The fire department is on basically, like you said, one building, 4 bays. We have a total of, I think right now, 18 members. We're slated for 22.
Okay.
Our calls, we average probably 18 to 20 calls a year.
Okay. Okay.
For the little bit of area, and it's a mix of fire calls and rescue calls for.
Okay, so you do
jobs.
Also vehicle rescues, because I noticed coming in, 41 was the main highway. It goes right through the town here.
Yeah, our calls go as far as the Portage Lake Lift Bridge south, and this department, well, when I got on, they told me that they've been known to go as far as another town called Lac La Belle, which is about 25 to 35 miles north.
Okay, so that's a pretty long distance to cover.
Yeah.
In that, what do you have? Is it more rural area? Because I know going through the middle of the state, when I crossed over Mackinac Ridge, I pretty much was in no man's land for a long time. And then I started coming to the towns more towards the northern side here. What do you have?
It is more rural. Our big city is Houghton, which you came through to come here. They have Michigan Tech campus. It's in a school for engineering. Okay. But for us here, the only time we'll absolutely have to go to that side is if we get called to do so.
Like a mutual aid
call. For a mutual aid call.
Okay.
And it's 9 times out of 10, we need water.
Right, okay. Yeah, even though you're close to the lake. And now, are you mainly hydrated, or do you do tanker task force? What do you do up here, since it is a kind of a rural area?
This area, the smaller towns, we do have hydrants. You go further out, there's nothing. There's no hydrants. There might be a couple of standpipe hydrants that are in the rivers, but we usually end up having to take our tanker out there. We got 3,000 gallons there. Total, we have probably about 6,000 gallons of water on hand.
That's a pretty decent amount. You can put most fires out with that kind of stuff. So.
And it's, like I said, we've seen quite a few. When I first got on, there was a fire up in Calumet. We almost ran that town out of water. Okay. 17 departments.
Wow.
For that fire.
That's a big fire. Tell us walk me around the room. Tell me what you got on the walls here.
Okay, these are the pictures of past members. I think 1958. I think is the oldest one.
Okay. And when were you incorporated? Do you remember?
That I'm not sure offhand.
Okay.
Our Fireman's Tournament trophy showcase.
Case. Yeah. Do you guys still participate in these kind of things? Because I know back in the 80s and early 90s, we were still doing a lot of parades. We were doing fireman challenges and mustards and that kind of stuff. Are you guys still participating in those things?
Matter of fact, we just participated in the 2023 Copper Country Firefighters Tournament.
Okay.
Out in Stanton Township, which is on the other side of the bridge. That was right on the shore of Lake Superior. It was a foggy day. We didn't place, unfortunately.
Okay.
But we had a good time doing it.
You got a good cabinet for that.
And next year, this one is our recent win. It's, well, unfortunately, 5th place for the 127th Upper Peninsula Firefighters Tournament.
Right.
That took place locally, and that was for a hose interchange race.
Okay. Very cool. And as we go around, it looks like you still got more members each year. You try to add your members up.
Yep.
So this room is set up to be a hangout along with taking care of business. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's set up for us to come up and have our business meeting and go over whether we check for applications for new volunteers that want to become a member.
Okay.
The business part of it, or if we have something that's kind of a tragic fire, we'll come up, sit up here, and talk about it. We'll have somebody come in from a critical stress management team.
Yeah, have your CISM meetings up here and stuff like that.
And all of that stuff is confidential.
Yep.
So they'll come up and say, this is basically normal as to what you guys are going to go through.
You mentioned you bring in applicants and volunteers and stuff like that. If someone's watching the video right now and they're in the area or maybe just moved to the area and they want to get involved in the community, how do they get a hold of you guys? Do you have a website? Do you just stop by the station?
We don't have a website. We are still old school.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Kind of like Mexico.
Yeah. So if they'll stop by the station, pick up an application.
What they can do is they can stop by the station on the first Tuesday or the third Tuesday of the month. First Tuesday of the month is our meeting night, and ask one of the members if we have an application on hand. We normally do, so we'll get it to them. They fill it out, bring it back to us at our meeting. We'll go through the applications, look at it, and hopefully make the call and tell that person,
sure,
you can come on.
Okay. Do they have to have any education leading into this at all? Do they have to have their Fire One? Do they have to have any of that kind of stuff when they apply?
The local area puts you through what we call fire school up here. It is your basic Firefighter 1 / hazmat operations. You have 2 years to complete that. If you don't complete that, then we got to show you where the door is.
Yeah, you got to
in a polite way.
Yeah, sure. But, so if you guys are out there and you're watching this video right now, you're in the Hubbell area, stop by on the first or third Tuesday of the month.
Yep, or you can find us on Facebook too.
Oh,
the
perfect.
Hubbell Fire Department.
And that's where you and I have been talking.
Yep. Facebook social media works wonders.
Okay. What else do you have in the building here? I know we have the engine bays downstairs, and we'll get to those in a little bit, but you have another room somewhere, right?
We do. First, we have this other set right here on the wall of past members. That is their firefighting certificates. Okay. Some of them are Firefighter 1, some of them are hazmat operations, some of them are Firefighter 2. Right. Hasn't been updated in a little while, but hopefully the chief will.
Yeah, I love the fact that you even just get your candid pictures. All too often we go to the digital pictures and we don't see those much. Right. By getting some of those candid pictures, it looks like some of your contests and stuff like that. It'll let the people know that this is a family. This is, you guys are here together. You're serving the community, and you can be part of it.
Definitely. Yeah, it takes a lot. It took me 22 years to get onto a department. Okay. And I couldn't ask for a better department to be on than the Hubbell Volunteer.
Awesome. All right, so let's go down to the other building, or is it in the basement here?
We'll show you where that's at. It's in the basement of the hall here.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a keg to me.
It is a keg. This was brought out because next year we are hosting the 70th anniversary Copper Country Firefighters Tournament.
Nice. Okay.
Right here in Hubbell. So this is This might be incorporated into a race.
Okay.
It might not be incorporated.
Okay. We actually do something that looks familiar. We used to hang a ball on a wire, and you use your hose, and you know back and forth, and the water fights, and you try to push that to one end versus the other.
Yep,
That'd be a good way to use that.
That's basically what that's used for.
Yeah.
They're going to be used for, maybe.
Okay.
Can't give any secrets yet.
All right.
With it. End of June next year.
Definitely. Any firehouses that are watching this right now and you want to get participating, get a hold of these guys. They'll give you the dates, the times, how to sign up. Definitely come out and have a good time. So what's the economy now here? Are you more touristy? Are you still using the copper mines?
The copper mines are shut down.
Are you a fishing community? I see the lake right behind us.
There is some fishing. It's mostly tourism.
Okay.
And some production.
Okay.
Up the road, there's a place that produces printed circuit boards. We do have some of the pictures of previous burns or structure fires. I believe this was an old Bosch beer brewery house.
Okay.
We do have a couple of plaques. One from last year of a fatal structure fire. It was actually a house explosion.
Yeah, I had one of those recently too, just a year ago. So we understand it happens everywhere. No matter where you're in a big city, you're in a suburban area, or in a rural area, those things can happen.
Yeah, definitely can. It was when I was rolling up on scene with that structure fire. I got on the radio and asked one of our guys, "What am I looking for as to the location?" And he told me, he said, "Just look for the smoke."
Right.
So I rolled up on scene. And I'm like, "What?" It was a house.
Yeah.
Literally was a house.
So here I noticed a trap door on the floor. Is this where the old used to feed the horses, or what is this used for?
This right now, I'm not sure what we used to use it for back in the day.
Okay.
Because we were established in 1903.
Okay.
Right now, what we use it with the 2x8 or 2x6.
Right.
We open that up if we get back from a call. We have a string or a rope that we drop down, take and put that across, and we pull our hoses up so
it's your hose tower.
So it can dry out the hoses.
Perfect way to do that. So as we come down, your guys pulled out the trucks for us. We're going to take a look at these trucks in a little bit, but we're going down to your social hall or dance hall? What's this?
It's more like a ballroom.
A ballroom, okay. Make our way through the kitchen area. And this is access also from the other side of the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can access this through the other side of the building. This is where, in the wintertime, we will play air pack dodgeball.
Yeah.
We'll get full turnout gear with the SCBA on and the mask, and we play a friendly game of dodgeball.
Yeah.
We do rent this out.
Okay.
There are some people that, I don't know who it is to contact. I don't know if it's the township or if it's our assistant chief to rent out this ballroom, but it can be rented out for wedding receptions, birthday parties.
Okay. And that's a good way to help kind of raise awareness and revenue for the service. You know, even though we're a smaller company here in Hubble, we still have to raise that service for the next engine and all the tools and that kind of stuff.
Right. Like last year for the 4th of July, we do our own thing. We'll have a dress parade with our neighboring town. We'll walk the whole 2-mile stretch, which this past summer it was hot. It was roughly 90 degrees.
Oh. I'm not marching that. I'll ride the truck.
It's full uniform. But like last year, 4th of July, it rained, so we had the kids' games up in the back set of engine bays, or the back engine bay, and we had like our raffle and whatnot here, and any of the money that is collected in that, it pays for the raffles, but at the same time, it also helps us out too, because it helps out the Hubble Fire Foundation to purchase gear, tools, or
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Now looking at this building, it brings you back in time almost. You know, you got the balcony up top with the wooden stairs. You got the old, almost like the old gym floors we used to do, where we had the scooters, and you know, it brings you back in time when you walk in here, and it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the cooler rooms, figuratively speaking.
Right.
But temperature-wise, it does get pretty chilly in here.
Okay.
But if you're playing air pack dodgeball with full turnout gear on, you're already warm.
You're good to go. You also can hold your company meetings. If you got a bigger thing down here, you can maybe do an educational class, maybe your Fire One or a hazmat refresher.
We have,
or something like that.
last year we hosted the Copper Country Firefighters Association meeting. That brought in members from 22 of the departments in the area. for all of them to come and get together. They do their planning for the Copper Country Firefighters Tournament or anything that's firefighting in the Copper Country. They all meet in a specific spot, I think quarterly a year.
Okay.
So, I mean, once every couple of months they meet. So,
you got plenty of room to host them.
I mean, I think the seating capacity in here, I think, is right around 200.
Okay. Now, that's pretty much it for your firehouse itself, right?
Yep.
Other than the engine bays. So there's not a whole lot of things that you need when you're a volunteer fire company. You don't, like you said, you didn't have the bunks, you don't have a massive kitchen, you don't have anything, because you don't stay here. You respond from home or from work, is that correct?
Yep, I respond, if I'm at home, I'm 2 miles away, just down the road. It takes me less than 5 minutes to get here. I usually can make a truck if I'm at home.
Okay.
Otherwise, if I'm working, I'm responding from 10 miles away.
Okay.
So I'll miss a truck, get my gear, hop in my personal vehicle, get my light going and my siren in my personal vehicle, and I'll go to the scene that way.
Right.
I've only, knock on wood, have had to do that a handful of times.
So most of your volunteers, you said that are working. Do the companies that you work for understand that you guys are volunteers and they allow you to leave work for that emergency?
Probably 90% of the companies that all the members work for are very understanding.
Yeah. I think that makes a big difference when, especially in these smaller communities where we struggle to have enough volunteers to run a company, that those stakeholders that you have in the community understand that you guys are a vital part, not only for saving their neighbors, but also potentially saving them.
Right. It's the one place that I previously worked at. The director of that property had told me that she had one stipulation for me responding to a fire call. I said, "What's that?" She said, "You come back safe."
Perfect.
So I was like, I'm good with that.
Okay. How about we head back upstairs, take a look at your engine bay, and then take a look at some of your apparatus?
Oh, definitely.
All right. Looks like you got some of your guys here.
Yep. We have firefighter Chris Benson.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you.
We have firefighter Lars Garapi.
Nice to meet you, Lars.
And we have firefighter Rick Lister.
There you go.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for inviting us out. We really appreciate it.
No, we thank you for coming out.
Yeah, it's a nice little historic home you got here, you know, and a nice little community around us. I was talking to John for a while in regards to what you have here. Can you guys tell us a little bit more about your engine bay and maybe some of your trucks?
Yeah, well, we just got, actually, this is our newest truck we just got. It came from New York.
Okay.
We've got a couple interesting features with that truck.
Okay.
Real new.
How do you set up your engine bay? What do you got in here?
Well, we've got our bunker gear over here. This is one section of bunker gear. That's those bunker gear is for our officers.
Okay.
And then in the back, there's more gear for the other guys.
Right.
It's up the back there, around the corner there.
Okay. And it looks like you gotta make the shells rather than those. I've seen a lot of firehouses that have the pre-made metal stuff.
Right.
You guys make your own hangers.
Actually, one of our older firemen actually made it.
Okay.
Yeah, he came in and did it himself.
We're gonna say more senior.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the older guy. We're gonna say more senior. All right. And you got enough ceiling length, but it seems kind of tight to fit these kind of rigs because you have a tanker, you have an engine, and then you have two more out back, right?
Yep.
How do you fit them all in here?
Very careful. They have to be parked. These two trucks specifically have to be parked very precise.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll hit the heater or the stairs.
Okay. So what do you have out here on the land?
This is actually a armed services memorial, past veterans that have gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
To
And
keep
this is a fairly new memorial.
to keep us safe. It was built this past spring.
Okay.
4 weeks before Memorial Day, we did a dedication on Memorial Day. For this, we had a state representative come up and did a little bit of a speech. I believe we had a pastor come in and do like a blessing of the memorial.
Right.
And of the troops. We had a pretty good sized tent and everything set up for people to come and take a look at it.
I love the way
and
they
watch it.
incorporated the stones in the sidewalk coming up. You know, those dedication stones for the lots of different veterans. And then they actually have the veterans wall
Yeah,
up here.
the Veterans Wall has the names of the people that were enlisted
Okay.
in I believe the Army, Marines, Navy.
Right. And it looks like they get all their challenge coins across the top for what services they may have been in.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that your company, even though you're a fire company, you take the time to, you know, incorporate all the different services. You know, veterans are just as part as heroes next door as anybody else.
Oh yeah, it's, to me, we wouldn't have the freedoms without the military.
Yep.
One of our guys that's on a department, he's not here, but he did serve in the Army.
Well, we appreciate their service, and you guys did a beautiful job of putting together a little memorial. About how big is your land that you have here?
Oh.
From when I drove past, it looked like a half a block kind of thing?
It's roughly about a half a block.
Okay.
Wide, and maybe about a little less than a half a block long.
Okay. Now, Upper Michigan has a significant amount of weather. You guys have to fight snow. How much snow do you guys get on a regular basis?
On average, a winter up here, we will see roughly 300 inches of snow.
300?
300, 300.
Wow, we're looking to see 30 and 300. How do you manage that? Like, can you get out during those kind of winters?
It's just like any other day for us.
You're used to taking care of it.
I mean, we do get blizzards that you can't see much, and they do take care of the main roads, the main highways, M26 and US Highway 41. They keep those pretty plowed.
Okay.
The side roads can be a little sketchy. A lot of our members do have four-wheel drive pickup trucks.
Right.
Just in case those tones drop. It's a call isn't going to say, oh, it's a beautiful day. I'm just going to give them nice weather. Come on, deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's people, we get called people that we see them, meet them on their worst day.
Right. So for you guys watching from the south, 300 inches of snow is something you probably never even heard. You probably can't even fathom how much that is. And then you guys do it like, it's just another day. That's pretty cool. Let's go take a look at your trucks then.
Alrighty.
Yeah, this is truck 2.
Okay, this is a tanker pumper though, right?
Yep.
And where did you get this one from?
We got this from New York.
Okay.
Yeah. We've had it for about 6
Since
months.
November of this past year.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a newer truck for you.
Yep, we're still trying to figure things out with it,
Right.
It's new to play with, so.
Okay.
But this is our most, I guess you could say, newer, because it's got electronic style pumping rather than more manual. You pretty much, with this one, you just press a button and it's pumping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
And how many gallons of water does it take?
This one is 1,500.
Okay. Do you know what the pump is on it?
That I don't know.
Okay. Now I'm going to quiz you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And what year is it?
That one, was it a 2000?
It's a 2003
And who makes this one?
HME.
HME, we actually just did a video with them. They're a really good manufacturer right here in Michigan. And what year is this one?
That one I don't know.
It is a 1996 Pierce Sabre.
Okay. And this is just an engine? It's not a pumper or not a tanker?
No, this is just a pumper.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Do you carry any kind of rescue tools on it or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most of it got moved over to our newer truck because that one we roll first since it's got the tanker.
Okay.
We want more water in case we can't get water. So
Right.
Take that with us.
Okay.
Even though it's the more manual style controls,
Right.
I still love it.
Yeah.
It was my first truck when I started, and I saw it and just went, huh. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
it's
Nice.
got an onboard generator and everything on this one.
Right.
the other one-
Does it carry water then? How much?
This one carries
750 gallons.
Okay. Yep.
And we've got it carries extra water, air bottles on the side here.
Nice.
And the same thing with the other truck over there.
Yep.
It's got the same thing. So we always got a plethora of air, got to make sure you got air, right?
Right. Okay. And then I saw on the side of the building you got some more vehicles over here.
Yep. That's where we're getting into, that's a really special, well, we've also got our side-by-side here.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of trails, smaller areas we got to get to. This will make it.
Nice.
It's got the lights and everything, and we carry a little bit of gear in the back. We got backpacks here.
Yep, your little pony packs, or we called them Indian packs, yeah.
Yep, just a couple shovels, just some light stuff.
Okay.
We're actually working on building a skid for this with a pump and some hose, so that, if we got to get some water from somewhere up there, we can.
Yeah, a little brush truck kind of setup.
Backpacks.
Okay.
But this is our extrication truck.
Wow, this looks pretty cool.
She's very special. She's actually an old airport fire truck.
Okay, so that kind of explains the front end a little bit.
And then you'll see, if we come over in front here, it's got 2 cannons that are controlled from the inside, so you don't even have to get out.
Okay, so unlike the deck gun that you would normally have, it's got 2 cannons up front because it was a fire truck, or airport truck.
Yep.
Pay attention, because we're gonna probably do a rigs on this one. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe, hit notification, smash those like buttons, make some comments, because we want to bring more to you, and we're gonna do a station rigs on this one. All right, and then right next to it you have...
This is our tanker. This holds 3,000 gallons of water. I don't know the year on this one. She's an oldie.
Okay.
I think it's a 92 or a 93.
A 92 or a 93.
I'm thinking it was a 93.
Right.
If I remember correctly.
The one cool thing that I like about firehouses like this is that you don't necessarily need all brand new equipment across the board. You're going to take some of the, someone got rid of something, you guys keep it running. You guys make sure that these trucks stay in service for years and years and years. So that's a testament to you guys taking care of your equipment. So I appreciate you guys doing that and keeping these in the service. As I travel across the country, a lot of the firemen are jack of all trades. Yep. Master of many. Now I'm not going to say master of none. It's jack of all trades, master of many. What are you guys? Can you tell me a little bit more about your background?
Oh, well, I'm a meat department manager here at Louis, down in Lake Linden there.
Okay.
I've been there for about 5 years.
Okay.
Just pretty much a jack of a little bit of everything between construction, mechanic, a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
No, I'm a maintenance technician for a housing development or housing complex.
Yep. And Chris, I see you're hiding back behind the camera there. How about you?
I help run the hardware store in Lakeland.
Yeah. And this is an example of what makes fire companies work. We get a bunch of guys from multiple different backgrounds to get together and serve the community. That's really what this is all about. And that's what we're trying to promote on the channel, is that camaraderie, that family, and that, giving back to the community. So I appreciate you all for volunteering your time and showing us around your house. So once again, this was Heroes Next Door. This is a Station Cribs episode with Hubbell, Michigan, way up in the UP. Thank you all for watching, but before we end, do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification, smash the like buttons. Tell us what you think. It's not one of the biggest houses you've seen, but it's got some pretty cool stuff. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Almost trying to think of the word. I'm having a brain fart. They are beneficial, no? Stakeholders. There we go. So almost those stakeholders that you have in the community.